President Donald Trump is uttering more threats against Canada and talking about who should run Canada. The CBC's Richard Madden is on this. He joins us from Washington, D.C. live. Richard, this all happened on Fox News because, of course. So let's start with what Trump is saying about Canada's political leaders.
Yeah, hey, David. Well, we've heard President Trump use Canada as a punching bag, but I think this is the first time we've seen him and heard him fully inject himself into Canadian politics. Now, Fox News host Laura Ingraham was delicately trying to press him on how his hostilities towards Canada are actually helping the Liberals. We've seen polls showing the Liberals rebounding from the once double-digit lead held by the Conservatives. And take a listen to how Trump responded.
The Liberal Party is going to win now in the next election, most likely. And they were down and out. Isn't that going to make them more hostile to us and possibly
I'd rather deal with a liberal than a
for
conservative.
China, closer to Canada, and that would really put us in a bind.
The conservative that's running is stupidly no friend of mine. I don't know him, but he said negative things. So when he says negative things, I couldn't care less. I think it's easier to deal actually with a liberal. And maybe they're going to win, but I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me at all.
Yeah, because you can push them around.
So, yeah, that was stunning. Now, David, we've heard other members of Trump's cabinet accuse the Liberals of using Trump's tariffs for their own political gain. But clearly, the White House and the administration are doing it too. Some of my political contacts here have mused that Trump's strategy to weigh in on Canadian politics is a way to juice up his own base because it's a lot easier to attack a Liberal than a conservative. Now, I should also mention, not everyone in the MAGA base is buying it. We heard radio host Joe Rogan recently calling Trump's attacks against Canada ridiculous, and we've seen other Republicans kind of sloughing it off. But the fact that Trump is now weighing in on Canada's pending election is likely another factor the leaders up there are using to their advantage, and you played some of it just moments ago.
Yeah, it's interesting here that the Fox News decision desk is predicting a Liberal victory on election night when we don't even know the date. But, you know, Trump also, he's, again, Richard, talking about Canada becoming the 51st state. I mean, he said this more than once in the interview. What stood out this particular time?
Yeah, and also look at the betting markets, too, because those movements, those have had some movements, too. You know, as for this 51st state, you know, we've heard this before. It's gone from trolling, but now is Trump serious? We heard how Trump say he would use economic force against Canada, and these tariffs are likely the starting point. But once again, host Laura Ingraham gently pushed Trump on why he has it out for Canada, and here's how he responded. Listen.
Look, I deal with every country, indirectly or directly. One of the nastiest countries to deal with is Canada. They make a lot of millions of automobiles are sent in. I'd rather have them made in Michigan. I'd rather have them made in South Carolina or any one of our...
You're tougher with Canada than you are with some of our biggest adversaries.
Only because it's meant to be our 51st state.
So Canada, nastier than, I don't know, North Korea, Iran, like actual adversaries. So that was stunning as well. But we are seeing Trump really escalating his harsh rhetoric and hostilities against Canada. So that said, I wouldn't be surprised if we'll hear more of this annexation talk and trashing Canada in the middle of the campaign once Canada's election gets underway up there.